Hey, Baker, Stefanski said it was the ribs that were bothering you there on the field. You said you were going to get x-rays. You have any update on how you're feeling, where you are with that?
Little sore right now. We'll find out tomorrow after we look at it. But I earned that one. I said it after the game on the field. I think that was the worst game I've played out of the 5 so far. But I got to get better. Lots to learn from. But we leaned on that defense, and we got the yards when we needed it. That's a good team we just played. And the good thing about it is we don't have to learn from a loss. We can get better after a win. So, just the mindset of trying to be just a bunch of big, hairy American winning machines is important.
The last time you guys were the franchise was 4-1. You weren't even alive yet. How does it feel to be in this position, even with the long season still left? And what does it say about the steps you guys are taking going forward?
Yeah, I think you just said it. There's a lot of season left. We have to continue to improve. Lot to learn from this film, especially on my part. Got to continue to get better and put us in positions to win. There's 2 turnovers today, not good enough. A lot of missed completions out there. A lot of guys that were open, so got to continue to get better.
Next question is going to come from Jeff Shadell.
Hey, Baker, were you hurt on the play where the offside? They didn't stop the play when they were offsides. That's the first question. Is that when were you hurt?
No, that wasn't the one that got my ribs. That was definitely a little awkward on my wrist. Yeah. You expect them to blow the whistle, but every once in a while, if they're not going to, gotta throw the ball away, protect myself. That's the name of the game.
And then, did they defend you differently in the second half to maybe contribute to those interceptions?
Yeah. I mean, just they're kind of doing what they're doing, taking away some of the other stuff. Just had to be more patient. The one trying to force it to Hooper, the mic drops back. I need to put it on Jarvis right now, and if I wait too long, then the other linebacker takes away Jarvis, then I have Odell. So it's something, like I said, there's a lot of missed completions out there that I can learn from and get better.
Tom Withers, you're up.
Thanks, Rob. Thanks, Bake. Hey, so Miles comes through again with a big play. And then just in general, Baker, what does it mean about the growth and the resiliency of this team that when things got tough down the stretch, you guys responded on both sides?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we don't want it to be that close if we don't have to be that close. So just the fact that we can pull it out and lean on each other is very important. That's why it's a great team win. We counted on that defense today, and they played well. Guys stepping up and making plays. And so we'll look back on it and realize that where we can improve. But the most important thing is that we came out with a win.
Next up is Nate Ulrich. Nate, go ahead.
Hey, Baker, just to clarify this, were you hurt when on the hit from Justin Houston? Is that the rib injury?
To be quite honest with you, I don't know who hit me.
It was an interception.
The interception one, yeah.
Okay. And do you think that this is something you could play through in Pittsburgh?
Oh, yeah. Mama didn't raise no wuss, so.
Okay, and I have one more thing. Rashard Higgins, he hadn't played in the past couple games. Dearness Johnson was filling in a more prominent role. 2 safeties today who hadn't played much. Redwine hadn't played at all, but him and Ronnie Harrison with 2 huge plays. What does it say about this team to have guys like that be able to ascend and then take advantage of those opportunities in huge moments?
Yeah, that's kudos to those guys having the next man up mentality. You missed one, though. Chris Hubbard stepping in for Wyatt when he goes down. Very important for us to be able to plug those guys in and continue to move the ball. So we're very happy about those guys. Like you said, the guys stepping in on the defensive side of the ball and making plays like that changed the game. So we're happy about that.
Thanks, Nate. We'll go to Mary Kay now.
So Baker, just also to clarify, did you already have x-rays? And if so, were they negative? Or
I had x-rays, and I did not stay at a Holiday Inn, so I don't know how to read them.
Okay. So you don't have, you don't know the results. You haven't heard the results of those yet?
No, not yet.
Okay. Can you just address some of your guys were making some phenomenal catches in the first half. I mean, you were just putting it in there, and they were blanket covered and just talk about how some of those guys really came through for you there in the first half.
Yeah, there's, numerous catches, but it's just a lot of trust I have in those guys. We have very talented players, very talented supporting cast. And I trust those guys. They know they have to be in their spots, and even if they're covered, it's one-on-one. We trust them to win those matchups.
Thank you.
Mary Kay. Next up is Scott Petrick.
Hey, Baker, when you say it was your worst game of the 5, were you feeling that way even in the first half when the numbers were really good and you had the 200-plus yards? Did you feel like you weren't quite what you wanted to be?
I still think there were some things. I think the drive right before halftime, we definitely should have had a touchdown instead of just 3 points. There was missed completions, some high balls. There's a lot of room for improvement, but that's a good thing. After a win, we can continue to get better, especially on my part.
And I'm sure there were a bunch of factors, no Nick and their defense, but what did you see kind of from the run game not being what it had been the last couple of weeks?
Yeah, they do a good job of running stunts on the D-line. They're not a very, lineup complex, disguised, different looks, but they execute well. They play hard. That's just how that defense is, and they did a good job of, containing that for the most part.
Thanks.
Next up is Dan Lobby.
Hey, Baker, going to that first half, obviously you guys have been leaning on the run game a lot recently, but, you threw the ball a bunch. What does it say about this offense that you have that versatility, that if the run game maybe isn't working, you can be effective throwing the football?
Yeah, it's important for us to be able to find answers how teams are going to defend us. They stop the run game. We have to be able to respond in the pass game. So it's important for us to find ways to be efficient and move the ball and put us in position to win.
Thanks.
Thanks. We're going to take 3 more. Marla, Nate, and Mary Kay. Marla, your line is open.
Yeah, Baker, I know when you were talking about all the guys who kind of stepped up and came through, you've played on a lot of good teams, but does this feel a little special just because of how you guys continue to rise to the challenge no matter who's called on?
Absolutely, and especially against a good team like Indianapolis Colts. So very proud of everybody that stepped up and proud of the resilience for everybody to have the victory.
Do you have any idea where that comes from, or is it from the coach Stefanski, or any idea?
I think it's a little bit of everything. I think the culture that we've been working on building about the winning mentality, that no matter what happens, move forward and try and get better. And we're counting on everybody. It takes everybody. We said at the very beginning, at some point this year, we're going to need everybody in the building. And doing a good job of it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Marla. We'll go to Nate Ulrich.
Hey, Baker, I know you've become close with Higgins over the last few years. What kind of conversations have you been having with him? Have you been having to tell him to stay patient? And then what worked on that play for him just to be so wide open?
Yeah, proud of him being able to deal with everything and come in and make plays when he can. I think he was a little bit of miscommunication on their end in the secondary. It looked like he was supposed to be cover 2 and just kind of threw him open. So that's just playing ball, but that's knowing that guy, and I've had a lot of reps with him and knowing where he's going to be.
And how valuable is Kareem Hunt as a receiver for him to be able to kind of maneuver in the back of the end zone the way he did on that touchdown?
Yeah, he just has a knack for making plays. I think there was one plays where we had some deeper stuff drawn up to where I could have gotten the ball to him on checkdowns, but he's an incredible player, and especially on those scramble drills. That was a catch similar to the one he had last year against Pittsburgh at home. He's a great player.
All right, last one goes to Mary Kay Cabot. Sorry about that, Mary Kay. Go ahead.
Thank you. Myles Garrett, coming up once again with really, kind of a game-changing play week by week. So I wanted to ask you real quick about that. And then also, I know you have been getting x-rays and you have been busy. You probably don't have time to know exactly what went on with Dak Prescott today, but, he had a really serious injury and he's awaiting a surgery. And I thought if you do know that, and I know you know him and like him a lot, I thought you could comment on that as a fellow quarterback and what you guys have to go through for this game.
No, I did not know that. Wow. Okay. Prayers for Dak. I mean, incredible leader, incredible player, somebody that I have a tremendous amount of respect for as a human being as well as a quarterback. So you never like to see that. You never wish that upon anybody. I hope for the best for him. You said surgery, so I hope that goes well. That's no fun.
And just, Miles coming through again for the fourth straight week with really just an amazing game-changing play, and how he keeps continuing to do that.
He's a game changer. We're extremely lucky and happy to have him on our team. And he continues to do that week in and week out in big moments and make those big plays. So we're happy to have him.